Hey guys, welcome to the video. Welcome to the Fun Indian Guy channel. In today's video, we are actually going to talk about using NFTs for charity and making meaningful changes around the world, like combating climate change or helping people in Africa. How you can use art to save the world. Actually, that's the topic of today's video. Matter of fact, Beeple, one of the artists which we recently discussed on the channel, actually joined a combat against climate change, and we will be talking about that in this today's video. But if you don't know Beeple, Beeple is a guy who creates digital art pieces and he sells them as NFTs online, and he was able to make money like $6.6 million, $69 million for one art piece. And now he is joining hands with other amazing artists on NFTs marketplaces and gonna change the world. So we're gonna talk about that and see how that is happening in this particular video, because I'm very excited to see this particular application of this technology. So let's go and begin this particular hunt and talk about this particular topic. But before we do that, let me quickly introduce myself to the people who are new here. Hi guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the channel. Means super duper a lot. If you like this particular video or the kind of videos which I'm making, don't hesitate to subscribe and also like the video if you like this, and share it with one of your friends. That will be super duper helpful. But I actually did not introduce myself. I just said these other things. Let's come back to the introduction. So, hi, my name is Suyog, also known as the Fun Indian Guy. I'm a service designer, filmmaker, musician, podcaster, founder of an innovation company called Futuring Now. And this is the Fun Indian Guy channel where we talk about creativity, design, innovation, and lifestyle. It's been nearly 4 years I'm doing this, and I hope you will have fun while you watch this particular piece. So, with that said, let's go and start the video. So in one of our previous videos where we were talking about NFTs and how things are happening on NFTs, we were going through different marketplaces, different artists like Beeple. We saw his website where he was kind of promoting or kind of showcasing his artwork, the digital artwork, which is very known for right now and has been known for a while. So we saw that particular thing. Then we saw how the sale happens and the basic logic behind how people make money and how you can create NFTs and how they work. So we went through all these things in that particular video. If you haven't watched that, I would say just quickly watch it here and then come back to this video, because we will be referring to some of the things which we saw in that video. But nonetheless, this video is actually on a different topic, though the foundation is kind of similar. But while I was making that video, one fun fact which happened was we were talking about one of the art pieces of Beeple being sold at $6.6 million by the time we were making the video. And then we also talked about Christie's, which we are seeing here right now on the screen. They thought about selling NFTs, and Beeple's, this particular art piece which you see on the screen of 5,000 art pieces collage, was their first NFT to be auctioned. And that time the auction was just beginning, and now we have passed that phase, and actually Beeple sold this particular piece which you see on the screen for $69 million. I think you know it already, but if you don't know, the amount of money he got for this particular art piece is crazy, and it has made it to news everywhere, and it's just too huge as a number for an art piece, especially a digital art piece sold on a new technology. So this was very, very interesting. And while we were making that video, I told you about this royalty thing which is there in NFT, where artist can set up some sort of royalty on his art piece while he mint the NFT token for that art piece, and then whenever resale happens on that particular art piece, the main artist who created will always get that percentage royalty on that particular transaction. So that way artists can keep on making money even if they don't own the art piece anymore. And that was really a good thing about artists making money and making the whole art life a bit sustainable and actually changing the art culture as well. And while we were doing that, while we were going through that particular research and while we were discussing that, I kept thinking about why can't we have some sort of similar mechanism to do good things in the world as well. So apart from having royalties for artists, why can't we set up some sort of percentage which we can use for better causes like charity or giving out money for some good purpose? And I researched about it, but I couldn't find any platform where you could set up like two kind of percentages apart from royalty and then maybe another one for charity. I couldn't find that, unfortunately. But while I was doing research, there are a lot of different things which started to pop up, and one of that was a particular screenshot of a tweet which is now being sold as NFT, which was actually by none other than Jack Dorsey, who is founder of Twitter. So his first tweet, which you see on the screen here, which was posted on 22nd March in 2006, just setting up my Twitter, the first ever tweet to be tweeted on this platform. He took the screenshot and put the screenshot for sale on NFT. as an NFT on the market. And as he started to get a lot of amazing bids for that particular transaction or that particular purchase, he declared that he will be donating all the money which he will get out of this particular sale. And you won't believe right now, or maybe you will believe, that right now the bid for that particular screenshot of that first tweet is running for $2.5 million. I think the sale is still on, so the price can potentially go higher, but right now it's $2.5 million. And what he'll be doing is he'll be converting that particular money into bitcoins and donating it for a good cause, because this whole transaction will happen on Ethereum, and he'll be converting it to bitcoins, which was a really good thing. Where you can see here on 6th of March he tweeted that ending this March 21st will immediately convert proceeds to bitcoin and then send it to Give Directly Africa Response. So Give Directly is basically an organization which is helping a lot of different noble causes, and he will be giving money to this particular cause, which is related to Africa, where they are going to help some of the countries like Kenya, Liberia, Rwanda, and Malawi. I'm not really good with pronunciation, so excuse me there. But here you can see this particular funding is still on, and he will be donating directly like $2.5 million to this particular cause, which is a good thing. I think this is opening a lot of possibilities, because like people like Jack Dorsey don't really need this kind of amount of money, but they can really use it for a good purpose. And by doing it for one, or being one of the first people to do such kind of activities, he's kind of setting really nice tone or really nice culture where you can potentially help with your art for better causes. But as I said, no, we still miss that particular mechanism where it can happen automatically instead of you taking the money and then giving it to some of the organizations, which is still good. I'm not doubting the intent here, but I think there is a huge potential or huge possibility where you can set up a platform where these things happen automatically, while artists benefit as well as the organizations which are helping the world will benefit, and it will keep on benefiting as the resales happen on top of these art pieces. And while actually I was researching and reading about these things, our guy Beeple announced that he will be joining All Star Artist for combating climate change with a charity fundraiser. So, as I said, now this is turning into something really meaningful and amazing, because if you see the art pieces which are created by people, they are always kind of incorporating nature and some of the phenomena which are happening on the planet, which are like current news, and then he's showing how it is impacting the earth, or he's adding all of the elements or these kind of elements in his art pieces. And when he comes and says he's gonna use his art to combat climate change, things kind of come full circle. So what is going to happen, that he is going to join hands with other artists like Sarah Ludi. I can't even pronounce these names, but you see them on the screen right now. So he's gonna join these famous artists, which are like top artists on the NFT spaces, and then they're gonna go into the auction for some of the art pieces which they have created, and the auction starts on March 20th, which is basically tomorrow, because I'm making this video on 19th, and the auction will run for 48 hours. So whatever money these guys will generate by selling some of the art pieces in this particular auction, they will be donating it with the help of Social Alpha Foundation. So Social Alpha Foundation is going to be kind of the host of this charity auction, along with Nifty Gateway. Nifty Gateway is the place which we actually saw in our previous video. It's the marketplace for NFTs, and this is the place where these guys will be selling these art pieces for this particular charity. And then the money will be given to the foundation, which is Open Earth Foundation, which we can see here. Open Earth Foundation, these guys have a very interesting website, and they are doing things around, let's say, digital technologies, collaboration, system perspectives, and doing things like climate accounting, climate finance, and collaboration tech. These are kind of their research and deployment verticals. And then their platforms are Open Climate, Open Finance, Open Collaborathon. So yeah, this organization is actually doing work for combating climate change, and the mechanism will be people and the other all stars will sell their art piece for this particular charity on Nifty Gateway. Once they get the money for Nifty Gateway, the guys from SAF, which is Social Alpha Foundation, who are host of this charity, will donate that total amount to Open Earth Foundation. But then there is this one big question which arises about carbon footprint. So as you guys must be knowing already, or if you don't know, blockchains, while minting, while maintaining, while doing all these transactions on blockchain, a lot of carbon footprint is needed, or a lot of carbon footprint is consumed in a way. And all these servers, all this technology consume a lot of energy. So a lot of people also have kind of questioned this kind of charity where the technology itself is causing a lot of damage to the earth, and how can you host the things for climate change on the basis of the technologies which are kind of harmful for the environment. These are some of the questions which were asked, and to answer that, or to kind of surpass, or to kind of tackle that challenge, in this particular charity event, Render Network, which is one of the auction sponsors, is going to donate carbon credits designed to offset about 500-ton carbon footprint, which is very interesting. So this is kind of the amount of carbon footprint will be required to host these events, and they're gonna donate the credits of carbon footprint. I think we can do a separate, like a whole separate video about understanding how people offset carbon footprint and how people can donate and credit these carbon footprint kind of transactions. I think we can do a whole separate video for that. But this is good that they have the awareness that there will be carbon footprint needed, and there will be these things involved, so they are going to go ahead and already offset it by donating the credits. So these guys from bitcoin.com actually went ahead and asked the organizers at auction about this particular thing, that don't you feel there is an inherent paradox in environmentally unfriendly NFTs being auctioned for environmental cause instead of crediting back the 500-ton carbon footprint? Wouldn't it have made more sense to just not create these NFTs? Because running the NFTs on blockchain, doing the minting, doing the whole transaction have a lot of emissions. So that's why these guys asked, like, instead of offsetting 500-ton carbon footprint, why can't we just not do these things on NFTs altogether? And the response from the Open Earth Foundation was really interesting. They mentioned what is environmentally unfriendly is not the NFTs, is the POW algorithm for Ethereum and Bitcoin. So it's not the NFT itself, it's the technology which is causing the kind of carbon footprint we are talking about. With that said, Ethereum and Bitcoin have ushered in very important disruptive innovations, but they need time to evolve. Climate action requires a transition. When we negotiate on climate, we gather at the UN, and everyone has to take a flight, which emits a lot more than NFT art. If we don't start pushing the boundaries and showcase the merits of NFT art on the existing platforms, then where do we start? This is a very fair comment. He is saying that the technology is still in the making process, so they will be potentially reducing the carbon footprint or carbon emission, but we have to support it right now for these meaningful causes or meaningful things which we can achieve through NFTs, as even UN, where you go and talk about climate, taking flights are actually causing more carbon emission than NFT art, which is kind of a fair argument. I'm not sure if it's a sustainable argument, but to begin with, I think this is one of the first kind of charities which are happening, and yes, it's worth exploring, and it's worth trusting, or it's good to trust in technology to reduce the carbon footprint at some point as we go ahead, this particular blockchain technology. So I hope that will happen as we go ahead. But right now, seeing these benefits, seeing these kind of different flavors of using NFTs for betterment is very, very interesting, especially when you see amounts like $69 million, $2.5 million, $6.6 million thrown away or invested. Okay, that's the better word, invested on art, and then reselling and making money. During that kind of a thing, we can use that humongous amount of money which was not present there before the auction or before the NFTs, and use it for better causes like helping African countries to do some things, or helping combating climate change. So this is very interesting to see. I think this is an amazing start of a new era of looking at technology, art, and solving the global problems. And this is kind of like the closest we can go, where you are actually using art to save the world. And that's kind of a hopeful world, or it sounds like a hopeful world to live in. With that, guys, I think we are done for today's video. We talked about how some of the charity work is happening on top of NFTs, and how people are donating money, and what kind of things we can expect from this kind of technology and artists in coming times, even in coming months or coming years. And it sounds very hopeful right now. I don't know how it will turn out to be in a couple of months or a couple of years, but right now it sounds very hopeful. I'm looking forward to seeing different applications as well. As I said in the last video, it will be very interesting to see much more applications than just money making and donating, because the function is the same. We are basically using it as money, but something beyond it will be very interesting to see as well. With that said, guys, I hope you learned something new. I hope you found some sort of value through this video, and if you did, I'll be super duper happy about it. With that said, guys, take care, stay safe, and keep building amazing things and have fun while you do so. And I'll catch you in the next video or on the next podcast or on the Clubhouse, where we do live sessions and live interactions on creativity, design, innovation, and lifestyle. That's all from me. Catch you soon. Thank you.